Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another Monday evening reflection on the rock. I have another story for you tonight. I hope that these have been ringing bells in your heart in some way during the week so that you can mull over what you're hearing. I wanted to share one tonight from this wonderful little book called Does God Have a Big Toe? It's written by a Jewish rabbi, Mark Gelman, and it's full of little midrashim, which is the plural of midrash, which is a story about a story. So these are stories about stories in the Bible. And I just want to share, first of all, a little something that I think I should probably have done this the very first week we introduced the idea of story, but here we go. He writes as an author's note, one way to understand a story is to have someone explain it to you. They will probably say, listen to this. This is what that story means. And then they'll tell you something. That is one way to understand the Bible, but I don't think it's a very good way. The person who explains the story might be wrong. And in any event, explaining stories from the Bible only makes sense if there is just one right way to understand the story. But the stories in the Bible, and I would say stories in general, are packed with 1,000 different meanings. They can't be explained just one right way. One of the best ways to understand a story in the Bible is to make up another story about it. And that's what I've done in this book. And those are called, then he explains what a midrash is. It's a story about a story. It doesn't matter. He talks about language and stuff and what's a midrash, and is it a modern midrash or is it an old midrash, and so on. But it doesn't really matter. What matters is that it's a way that the love of the Bible shines forth and lifts up children and their parents and whispers to them, listen to the words of the Bible. Listen to them with your ears and your heart and your mind and your soul. So that's what I'm hoping you are doing with each of these new stories. And the story, you're going to hear more from this book. Especially, we have one especially for the new year that Christina's going to share. But this one is called Partners. Before there was anything, there was God, a few angels, and a huge swirling glob of rocks and water with no place to go. The angels asked God, why don't you clean up this mess? So God collected rocks from the huge swirling glob and put them together in clumps and said, some of these rocks will be planets, and some will be stars, and some of these rocks will be just rocks. Then God collected water from the huge swirling globe and put it together in pools of water and said, some of these pools of water will be oceans, and some will become clouds, and some of this water will be just water. Then the angel said, well, God, it's neater now, but is it finished? And God answered, nope. On some of the rocks, God planted growing things and creeping things and things that only God knows what they are. And when God had done all of this, the angels asked God, is the world finished now? And God answered, nope. God made a man and a woman from some of the water and the dust and said to them, I am tired now. Please finish up the world for me. Really, it's almost done. But the man and the woman said, we can't finish the world alone. You have the plans, and we are too little. You're big enough, God answered them. But I agree to this. If you keep trying to finish the world, I will be your partner. The man and the woman asked, what's a partner? And God answered, a partner is someone you work with on a big thing that neither of you could do alone. If you have a partner, it means that you can never give up because your partner is depending on you. On the days you think I'm not doing enough, on the days I think you are not doing enough, even on those days we are still partners and we must not stop trying to finish the world. That's the deal. And they all agreed to that deal. Then the angels asked God, "Is the world finished now?" And God answered, "I don't know. Go and ask my partners." So, a midrash on the creation story. What kind of partners are we in finishing the world? See you next week, or see you on Wednesday and Friday for evening prayer.